Hello, my beautiful creative friends. How are you? I'm just hopping on here because I wanted to create a video for you to share and also to end with a mindfulness meditation sit together. So I'll share with you that I am here in Benalmádena, Spain. So it's the south part of Spain. It's considered Andalusia, the south part of Spain, and I'm actually in Costa del Sol, which is really popular for tourists. My family, my mom's side of the family, lives in Costa de la Luz, and that's west of here. If you go along the coast, it's very close to Africa. So if you look at it on the map, you'll know where I am. I'm going to share with you. I'm going to turn this around so you can see how beautiful it is. Isn't it a beautiful view? I'm so fortunate my friend lives here and she let me stay in her home. And I decided as I woke up today that I would do a 3-day silent insight meditation retreat right here in her home. So I am alone in the home, and that is very helpful. If you've ever thought about or dreamed about going to a retreat or retreat center for meditation, yoga, insight, health, wellness, there's a lot of retreats out there, wonderful retreats that really facilitate your experience, and it's so enjoyable. But you can also create your own retreat at home, and I really encourage you to. And you know, obviously with this world of YouTube and videos, you can find advice and anything you need online as to how to practice. What's most important is that you slow down, and that's going to be most uncomfortable, especially for people that are big time workers, you know, ambitious people, people that have studied at university, and intellects that are always in your mind thinking and producing. So just keep that in mind, but I think it is so healthy, this mental detox, and also becoming really aware of your body and body sensations, your emotions and how they're connected. Doing a mental cleanse as well as an opportunity to do a physical cleanse. You can actually cleanse by doing a fast. Don't do this if obviously your doctor doesn't know about it, or you have to have anyone consult you around this, because it depends on your state of health, and that's very important. So I'm not pushing for that. It's just whatever you can do. I don't recommend fasting for the wrong reasons. You know, people fast because they're trying to lose weight or things like that. I think that's not really the purpose for fasting. I prefer you fast in the spirit of wellness, and in that you're not going to be exercising very hard. You're not going to have a hard work day. Maybe if you have some time, again, alone or around people that really will support your practice and understand and give you space, it's really nice to maybe have a practice of fasting. You can do it with juice, teas. You can do it as a water fast. I'm not going to recommend anything. It's what you feel. I really do believe that the body will tell you what it needs, and many times we just are always over consuming and eating out of stress, and mostly stress, right? And the body needs some time to rest as well, its organs, and to assimilate and eliminate, and we don't give it any time for whatever concerns and stresses, anxieties, or fears that we have. So this is a really healthy practice, but knowing that it's a healthy practice, not for the wrong reasons. And I think that you don't need a doctor to really tap into your truth and know why you're doing it. I have personally never have practiced a fast. I've recommended them to friends that have maybe had acne or were feeling sluggish and not healthy. You know, supervised, eat fruits and vegetables, and maybe not consume all the caffeine and fats, animal products and dairy and sugar and all the junk that's in the world. But again, this is not something I am going to be licensed in nor going to recommend without knowing one-on-one the person. So I've also, like I said, with my own fears of being slimmer and, you know, what you hear, you put in your head, the concerns, I've never really fasted. And great leaders in the past have fasted. My own mother is a person that practices fasting probably, I'm going to say once a week, where she doesn't eat. And it shows, like, I feel like she's always very rested and very youthful, very energized and very healthy. But again, just really take the time if you're going to do this retreat, even one day of silence and being really focused in on the present moment and aware of your mind and thoughts. Just notice what you need, and I believe that you will have the answers of what works for you. I don't even know if I'll, be able to do a full liquid fast. Because if I get hungry. And honestly, I am a very disciplined person. I enjoy discipline, but there hasn't been a time for me yet to do a sort of thing yet. And it does take and require a bit of discipline and concentration. But again, I think the atmosphere you're around is very important. The conditions you're around, the people you're around is important. Whether you're going to do a retreat or a fast, contemplation, all these different practices you can do. So I want to lead you into a sit, and I'm going to take these headphones off and put you down. I hope that you can still hear me. And if there's any noise, as I say, we practice with what is in the present moment experience. So if there's noise, if you notice that disturbs you, notice why it would disturb you. Many times we have no control of the things around us in our life, and it is how we react and respond that really makes out the quality and the experience of our life. All the interpretations that we have of the things that happen to us, all the reactions and judgments that we have of the things that are happening, and we give ourselves a hard time. What if you could see it differently? What if the world was never against you? The world is for you, and all the noise and the things that go on around you is just part of the picture. And what's more important is how you respond, is how you take it in, and how you make of it, of the situation, what you make of it. So know that you have so much more power than you even know many times. Maybe you do know, and if you do know, wonderful. But we get distracted often from our path because there is a lot of stressors in our life, a lot of things that happen, a lot of life. And it can steer us away from our true essence, our true self, our purpose, and our purpose being to live this life as fully as possible. I feel that these teachings in mindfulness and wellness help us to lead a path with more dignity and pleasure, and to maybe eliminate more unnecessary suffering. We already know that pain can be inevitable. The skin, right? Our skin has had a lot of complexity throughout everyone's life. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of discrimination, even racism around just skin. So there's a lot of pain in the superficial world. And we know that, and that's something so tremendous to heal, that would heal so many people around us if we really understood that this will come and go. And our mind is the number one thing that causes suffering, right? This ideas and thinking and patterns, the addictive mind, the judging mind. So to quiet the mind during this retreat that I'm going to immerse myself in and do my best at, if you take one with me, this journey of retreating, notice the sensations. body, mind, and your spirit. Spirit is something that people have tried to talk about for, centuries. And it is a sense of self and in connection and relation to others. It's a lot of spirit that moves us, right, in the path that we're taking. It's all these things that you don't see but are present. So let's take a sit. I hope that you can hear me. I know I'm not on audio. Find yourself a comfortable seat. I'm sitting in a chair. My feet are planted on the floor. You might hear noise from my end. There's builders fixing up a house. There's people next to me cleaning. There's the noise of the wind. There's cars. There's just stimulus all over. And of course I can let it distract me and bother me. But that's why we practice. We practice understanding. We practice connection, empathy, and just being here, doing your part in this universal truth. What it means to be human, being curious and open and receptive, knowing that we can create our lives, knowing that freedom is possible. People may have tried to take other people's freedom, but the most beautiful freedom of all is the freedom of the mind, your own freedom when you sit alone in the dark. How can you feel? What gratitude can you feel? What do you resonate with? Letting go of attachments and aversions and storylines that have harmed us and taken us away from the truth. It's not to say that certain concepts are not so. If you're alone, you can feel alone. But it doesn't have to turn into a story of, why am I alone? I did something wrong in the world. I'm useless. All right, all this hurt that we add on to a simple experience. Learn to be with yourself alone. And then I will also encourage you to be well with others, in friendships and in company, with family and friends and people that support you. Even challenging people serve a great purpose in your life, because you'll see yourself in them. You'll understand them and respect them the more you understand yourself. It's compassion, deep compassion. In this generation, we've already come across the word awakening, and it's used and overused. So I say, awaken, without putting any complexity around it. It means to be present, not in the mind of storytelling, the judgments, the dislikes and likes, being set in your ways, having to be the one to express and say things as they should be, as you see it, being demanding, leading from the front, meaning being that obvious leader that needs to tell people what to do, what to eat, what to say, how, all these things that we hear when it comes to wellness, health, motivation. They're beautiful. Sometimes we need to lead from the back. from a place of subtlety, of kindness, observing from the back, where you talk less, you listen more, you go within, and you trust. Leading from the back. It's a strong leader that doesn't have to prove or show or fight or show. It's more obvious, and it is within you. All the sweetness that you want to be, all the expression of freedom and love and connection and truth is within you. We go up and down in life. We have experiences. We fall many times. And then we get up, whatever that means to you. It's all part of your story, intermingled with everyone's story around you and the world. We affect one another tremendously, more than we know. Even if you're a tough person, even if you have a wall up, you have that wall up because people affect you. So imagine if you can soften and just be. So by now you're probably seated and chose to close your eyes or gaze at a point in front of you. Notice your body. Can you sit upright? Can you relax your shoulders and your face, your jaw, your teeth, your nose, your eyes? Relax your feet and legs. Can you accept yourself as you are? Can you love your life, even with the challenges, even with all those thoughts that you have of hurt and required love, the thought of being disrespected, not heard, misunderstood, being different? Maybe you have some of those thoughts. If you don't, that's good too. That's fine. All of it is fine. Just become aware. How things are linked together, from our physical to our mental to our reactions and actions in life. Soften a little bit deeper as you sit up. You sit up with strength and soften with allowance and opening, curiosity and compassion. Enjoy yourself. No shame, no guilt, not even pride. These are all words. Can you just be without impressing or defending or protecting? Let's take 5 long inhales and exhales together. Breathe in on your own. breathe naturally again and follow your breath. Listen to the sounds around you. Notice any sensations in your body. Every time your mind distracts you or hijacks you to think of things, list building, stories, judgments, thoughts, just come right back to your breathing and focus on that. You're sitting up, but you're softening. Let's take 3 deep breaths and sigh out the mouth. 3 on your own. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. And when you're ready, slowly and gently open your eyes. I hope you could have heard me, or you could hear me through that. There was some noise around, and if you didn't, you could feel the essence of what I was leading. I hope this serves you in some way. Enjoy your beautiful weekend. It is Friday here, the 25th of June, 2021. And I'm going to take my retreat and encourage you to take a retreat. If not now, then at a later date. And if you ever have questions for me, feel free to reach out, because I'm here to serve. And just enjoy yourself. Be good to yourself. We hear that often as a cliche, right? Take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. And I understand more than ever, there's a plane going over, more than ever that we need to learn that and relearn that. Because there's a lot of guilt that we feel. There's a lot of pressure that we feel to show up in the world in a certain way, to be a certain way, to look a certain way. We have all these ideas, and it's so hard just to be. It's so hard to just be kind to yourself. We don't know what that means. We think that means, fixing ourselves up and needing to look more beautiful. I mean, if that makes you feel good, do that. But I believe that pure love and connection and freedom comes from within, and something you really need to deal with, that no cream or diet or anything else will help. Not even another person, even if they're brilliant. No other partner. Something we need to face within ourselves is our own spirit, our own realization, and how we are in the world, our own healing. I hope this helps you. I will show you the beach one more time before I leave you. I send you a big kiss with so much love. Enjoy yourself. Un besito, quiero.